So guys, as a matter of fact, we all know that DCEU's The Flash movie has gone through many directors. Several directors tried their hand at a version of The Flash before someone else stepped in and changed the direction of the project. Ultimately, Andy Muschietti arrived to make a Flashpoint adaptation that featured Michael Keaton's Batman and Sasha Calle's Supergirl. But before that, The Flash was almost a completely different movie. At one point it would have led to a more faithful Flashpoint adaptation that would have rebooted the franchise. In an interview with Inverse, storyboard artist Jay Oliva, who did the storyboards for multiple DCEU movies after directing the 2013 animated film Flashpoint Paradox, describes a previous version of The Flash. According to Oliva, director Rick Famuyiwa's The Flash movie wouldn't have been a Flashpoint adaptation. Instead, it would have been an introductory story that would have led up to a Flashpoint culmination. According to Oliva, this adaptation was going to be a series of films just like Aquaman, and it could lead to a trilogy. The storyboard artist also describes Professor Zoom as a key DCEU character, introduced by Famuyiwa's The Flash. In this adaptation, Professor Zoom works as the main antagonist, who came from the future to fuck with Barry's life. Professor Zoom's character was so deeply adapted in this storyline that you would see him in other films in Justice League 2, where he would leave some of the influences on the rest of the Justice League. In Rick Famuyiwa's plans, the Flashpoint threequel would have rewritten the entire DCEU. Supported by all the established DCEU characters and storylines, Famuyiwa's Flashpoint would have served as the DCEU's climax, paving the way for a franchise-wide reboot. In Famuyiwa's Flashpoint, everybody whose friends are now enemies, and it's a world that you don't want to live in. That way they can reboot the universe and introduce new cast, because after 10 years, the actors need to go on to something else. Looking back, this idea seems like a much more emotional farewell for most DCEU characters, especially Superman and Batman. And if the DCEU stayed on track during its early stages, The Flash would have likely been a very different movie, and Rick Famuyiwa's plans for The Flash could have delivered a long and complex multi-year journey for Flash and the Justice League. So guys, that's it. What are your thoughts on this Flashpoint adaptation after the original Flash movie? Please tell me in comments. And if you want full story of this Flashpoint adaptation, please like and don't forget to subscribe my YouTube channel. Thank you guys for watching. Restore the Snyderverse.